It was something I just tried out. It doesn't seem to be the right one, but anyway, how is everyone doing this evening?
Good evening,
Good,
folks.
good.
It's good evening. Good
As, as
evening.
I as I just said to you guys, I've double booked tonight, and if I wasn't here, and I am happy to be here, but if I wasn't here, I'd be watching Paris Saint-Germain getting beaten by Tottenham, who is my team. So, but it's all good. It's all good.
Oh goodness, it is a rarity to find, but I'm actually happy for Spurs because you know it's charity season, and I think it's good that PSG are not anyway. I'm not going to be as good as they were last season, but anyway,
Doesn't
Stevie,
look
how
like
are you doing?
Yeah, it's Wednesday evening. Feeling yeah, we've got a good Wednesday night edition to get into. Before we start though, to all the fellas in the chat this evening, we've got no a day lane because over the weekend it all got a bit crazy in the chat. There was all these guys getting excited and fighting one another. So hopefully none of that tonight. And you can see this cupboard here. I can always take out all the CDs and I can lock her away in here, so you won't have to fight over her. So
what happened.
So hopefully none of that tonight. I'll lock her away, never to be seen again.
Okay.
So keep yourselves in check tonight, guys. Thank you, please. Until next time.
Okay. Yes. Oh, okay. So we've got hey, hi guys. As you come in, Tazgirl and Oscar Fravor and Shikil. Right and Hype is still my jam, and I still play it in my car. Wow. Okay. So, what did you guys think of Abstract and the and this their debut self-titled debut album? Beautiful friend Topaz was the lead singer. My beautiful Michael, if you know how to get in touch with Topaz, it would be great to be able to have her onto the show because it seemed like she sort of disappeared after this album, and while Mary and Martha went and did the Eminem stuff. So definitely would be interested if you could connect me with her. But anyway, as you guys come in, definitely give us Abstract with better vocalists on the Bobby album, and they did a lot of background vocals for. They were also on Let's Stay Together on a future album, and other albums as well. But okay, so
Now you asked the question, what do I think of the album? I think
yes,
it's it's a proper GR Productions album. So it feels like that, and very much it says it's produced by Gene Griffin and it's arranged by Teddy Riley. You've got other producers, you've got Markel Riley, you've got Bernard Bell on there, and the production I think is very good. I think what lets this album down is the songs. I think the songs could have been better. Production wise, musically, I'm there. You got me. You've got me. But I think song wise, I don't think it had the impact. And I also think they had a poor choice of singles or possible singles. But we'll get into that conversation, I'm sure. But I would not have chosen those two singles off this album.
which was what was the second one? Right Hype, and which one?
Right and Hype was an official single, and the other
Yes.
song, which wasn't an official song, but it was going to be the next single, is "You Are the Party, I Am the Fun."
What?
So that was promoed. There was a promo for that, which implies that the record company was considering putting that out, but
Oh
there
my
wasn't enough
goodness.
of a buzz. So
You are the party, I am the fun.
yes, that was going to be the next single, and I wouldn't even have. And I know there are going to be lots of fans of Right and Hype, and when you see my positioning of it, I'm sure lots of people will hate me, but I don't care because it's my choice. And unfortunately, Right and Hype, I don't think was the right single. It's a good song, but I just don't.
Yeah.
It just, if you compare it with the Deja album, or you compare it with Zan or Guy or anything else that GR were doing, it's not on that level.
Okay. Hopeful. I would think that Right and Hype what female groups were out in '89? What female groups were out in '89? So
Did On Vogue come out?
no,
at
they
the
came
tail
out in
end of 89?
1990. 1990.
Didn't they have anything out? There was.
I mean, the
I can
girls.
tell you, if you just give me 1 minute, I could give you a
Yeah.
list. If I just get that.
The
Yeah,
girls
just
were
think-
88, and
The girls 88. Okay, so let's just think about who could have been. So you bring because you think of Right and Hype. I'm just wondering what girl groups, so Stevie will get there, were out in 89 that could be competing with them. I think.
Okay, there was the New Girls.
Oh, okay. No.
You've probably never heard of them. I remember them. Let me just go down this list. Yeah, we're pretty short of girls here. LaRue,
Yeah.
but they were like a duet, two guys and two girls. Seduction were out.
yeah.
They were more of a dance pop group, but did a bit of New Jack.
So
They had
it
a hit
says-
actually.
It does.
That was
say,
it.
like, On Vogue did come. They were formed in 1989. They released their
Yeah.
album in 1990.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. So if you think
There
about
wasn't many girl groups out.
it, there
There
weren't
was
many
nothing else out
major. Yeah. So I would
They had a
think
free.
that.
They had a free run, really. They had a free
Yeah.
run. They had a free hit.
So it's either timing or poor marketing by Warner Brothers, because there was no other competition, and especially with Teddy dominating the sound of that 88, 89, they just didn't put it. They didn't really put it in. I mean, they had a nice video. They put the money in the video, but I don't think it got the push compared to what Sylvia Rome did with In Vogue. When they came out, there was almost a sense of let's push this group further. When did Ex-Girlfriend come out? 89 or 90?
Yeah, that was no, it's 2 years. 91, that I think. 91,
91.
2 years later.
Yeah. So it's either timing or just lack of promotional vision. But anyway,
You've got to think about it. How many? Let me go back to 88, because how many girl groups were actually that the New Jack sound for girl groups was only just coming in 88.
Nah, there was nobody. There was the girls. They were the
That's it.
prominent
That was
group,
it.
and Abstract. On Vogue hit in 1990, as you said, and who else was there? There was nobody that.
I mean, this in 1988 there was Sweet Sensation, but they were like freestyle R&B. There was a group called Obsession that didn't quite make it. Let me go down this list.
No, and as obscure as Abstract are, these groups that you're mentioning are even more obscure.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So they were kind of, in a way, they were probably 2 years ahead of the time. If this album had been released, say, towards the end of 1990 to 91 with stronger singles, then I think it might have been a different matter. I mean, I agree with 95% of what you said there, VJ, about the songs. I totally agree. I think it does lack. I think the production's there, but the songs, some of the songs are quite a bit generic, repetitive. I've got no issues with Right and Hype as a single. In fact, I think that's one of the best mastered and mixed tracks actually on the album. But the one after it, not a chance, mate. I don't know what you're doing with that. Well, they only promoted it, didn't they?
Yeah.
They didn't officially release it.
Yeah, it wasn't.
They could have gone with something else far stronger on the album.
There are six, and Right and Hype doesn't come into that. In my opinion, there are 6 solid songs on here.
Right and Hype, solid, VJ. Come on.
No, the remix
Very
is outrageous. I love the remix, but I never listened to the album version.
It's not much different. All we got was an extended mix, really.
I think it had a little bit more.
I was listening to the album today, and in terms of mix and mastering, that one is spot on.
Yeah, but they wanted it as a single, so they've obviously spent a little bit
I
more
think
money on that.
it was a good single. It was a solid single, but they could have put some others out that were just as solid or better, I think. But...
So I mean, yeah, I've been hopeful of saying that the Good Girls, did they come out in 89?
Yeah, 1990 was Good Love.
Good Girls were 89. I swear they were.
Yeah, they were. It's about. I'm looking at Climax here. Climax were around 89, 90. Yeah, then the Good Girls.
Okay. And then Ezekiel was saying that there were lots of emphasis on solo artists, but Regina Bell was even featured on this album because her brother Bernard was, sang and co-produced a few tracks on this album. But yeah, I mean, they had everything, but I just think it's A&R and labels, how they push and market, and maybe it had to be with Gene. Maybe it had to do with Gene Griffin and how he rubbed people the wrong way. I just remembered a part of the interview with Grady Harrell, and he said that they wanted Teddy to do a track on his album, but Gene Griffin was quoting 100,000 for one song.
150 grand. 150 grand.
Yeah, about 150 grand.
Which artist?
So this was Grady Harrell. Harrell.
Oh, okay.
And so he said a few years later, he met up with Teddy. He says, Teddy, man, we really wanted to work with you, but that budget of 150, and Teddy almost fell out of his seat. He said he was getting $5,000 or so a track. He had no idea what was being, so I think Gene really rubbed. I don't think there'll be any Dangerous album if GR Production didn't fold. It's just how bad Gene was. He rubbed people the wrong way, and I think when you think of how these albums didn't blow up, it may have something to do with the people thinking, it's just not worth the effort to deal with him, and they just probably dropped it.
Really, we need one of these girls to tell the story of what actually happened, what was going on back then, and why it didn't. I mean, these girls had two bites of the cherry, two different labels, because obviously years later they formed Eminem, and that didn't do much either, did it?
Yeah.
Better than
yes,
because there was more singles, but they had two bites of the cherry, and it didn't. Unfortunately, it didn't happen for them, which is a shame. It's very talented.
Emily's mentioned a cassette single that she has. It might be this one.
Wow.
It's nice. It's lovely. But in this little triangle, reading the credits is fantastic.
I'll tell you what I do. I don't think I've got it on vinyl, so I need a vinyl copy of this album, which I don't think it's hard to find.
Does it?
I'll two and two more.
Does it say who was their lead singer throughout, or does it say who sang lead on each track?
No,
when you have
not on the cassette. I've got the cassette here. I have the CD and the vinyl as well, but I don't think it says it on any of them.
Okay.
It does tell you who's backing vocalists, who's written the songs, and who's produced.
Yeah,
and the production and all of the tracks are arranged by Teddy Jam Riley, and this is interesting because only during the GR production era it was Teddy Jam Riley, and I love that.
Do you think Mark Riley did production on this album, VJ?
100%. Markel is wildly underrated as a producer, because if you listen to all of the Eminem stuff, the stuff he did, and who was I talking to? I was talking to Akil about this a while back, and apparently Teddy wanted to control what was coming out, like from that camp, and that's why Funky Mama folded. Wow. Funky Mama Productions, which was Markel Riley's production company around 92, 93. Because I think that would have been incredible. Because if you remember all the stuff that Markel Riley was doing at the time, Eminem, what else did he do? He did some good stuff. Redhead. He did some stuff with Redhead in 1990. But
it's always hard to. It's always hard to tell what people did and whether this was a way of escaping publishing, because he signed a bad publishing deal with Zomba, and sometimes it's a sense of, okay, you take the credits and we get paid through the back. So that's why it was always hard for me, because when I'm seeing Teddy's doing the mixing and doing the arrangements, but then he's not listed as a producer, then I'm wondering, is it a case of somebody taking the credits so that the money gets funneled, or whether people like Markel actually did do the right thing and Teddy only just mixed it?
I think there's probably an element of that. There has to be, because when I see Gene Griffin, I think it's produced by Teddy Riley.
No,
So
no, no.
maybe these are produced
No,
by. Maybe you're thinking like, if it says Gene Griffin and Markel Riley, maybe it's Teddy and Markel that produced it. I don't know.
In all them interviews,
Yeah.
Teddy's done, and these are the questions. If you ever get to interview Teddy Namde, the questions he has not been asked is this period here, the GR production. I tried to ask him, and all he said was, "It was all me." I said,
he did say
it's
that.
not a case of it all you. I wanted to know what you was doing on certain things, on the Zan, on the Abstract, on the Daisy.
Yeah.
No one's really asked him about that period, the Billy Davis. It's like a lost period.
But you should ask him like track by track, album by album. Like keep it brief, but like ask him all those questions.
Yeah.
So Abstract would be one,
Yeah.
as you said, Zan. Anybody else like that? Like, yeah, my prerogative is.
Yeah, I mean, everyone does go straight to Michael Jackson.
Well, that's
and
it.
I'm
It's
like
Bobby
me.
Brown, Michael
Then-
Jackson, and No Diggity. They're the standard. That's the standard Teddy Riley interview now.
But I always remember Sprague Doogie, and not just him, but Speck, when they talk about their times during the GR production, they said they'll just be sitting in the studio watching Teddy just constantly turning out music. So these are people who have the who are watching and just seeing him just turning out the music. So, and when I interviewed Dimitri Ship, and he said that he thought he knew how to produce until he just saw Teddy just create beats from scratch, and he then realized, okay, there are levels to what a producer can do. Okay, Hopeful says, found the cassette of the Good Girls. All for Your Love was 89 for sure. The ink on the cassette is fake. How do you guys still keep these tapes from 89? Unless you are doing an episode of In Search of New Jack Swing with with Stevie Street. It's hard to imagine how you keep the tracks with all these CDs and these songs and stuff. Okay, so let us go through it. So my thing is, I did love this. I love their vocals. I love their harmonies. It's a pity that we didn't get a sort of a breakdown as to who was singing and stuff like that. But Topaz just kind of left after this, and we never heard of her. But we did, Mary and Marsha, they had, apart from the Eminent, but they were doing a lot. They moved with Teddy, did a lot of the background vocals of all their stuff. And Mary Brown later became, a songwriter, Grammy Award songwriter. So she continued doing her songwriting as well. But I thought that they had some amazing backing. They just knew how to bring those background harmonies better than anyone that you can imagine. Good Girls and Climax. It's hard to imagine Climax being a girl group. They felt like a band, so I never really.
Climax feels a bit different as well, because Climax were around a lot longer, and they were out well before this. I mean, they had the Jam and Lewis period. They had the period before Jam and Lewis. Then they had this period. They worked with everybody. Climax were an interesting group, right?
And they were properly established by then, anyway.
Yeah, very.
Yeah. Okay, so Stevie, do you want to start with what makes number 10 for you?
Yeah, sure. There's only really one track that I don't like on this album. That's not bad for 10 tracks. And obviously, it's going to be at number 10, and that was the proposed second single that was only promoed, and that is You Are the Party, I Am the Fun. Just didn't.
Okay.
You're no fun, Stevie. You're no fun.
No fun. It just didn't kind of work for me, that. I must admit, I do remember that drum loop on the track was used on a lot of other tracks at the time.
Yeah, on Guy.
The one that comes dun 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 dun. There's a heavy drum. It's a very hip hop drum loop, but I was never really into it. And I don't know.
Yeah, but then there's a part with that. It was something on the Guy album. I'm trying to remember if it was.
Yeah, it's one of the rap tracks. Is it Got to Be a Leader?
Yeah, maybe it's got to be a leader. Yeah. That's what I was listening. Yeah,
running, the drum thing that's running through, but I just didn't work for me at all.
But can I ask you, at the time, how heavily were you into hip hop?
Well, I was buying hip hop. I was buying it. I was buying my Public
Gotta be
Enemy,
later.
my
So
BDP.
Public Enemy was different. Public Enemy was like a socially conscious, like
Yeah,
we all wanted to be. I don't know. Public Enemy felt different, man. So you said Public Enemy. Were
Public
you
Enemy. I
buying?
was buying. What was else? Was I buying Special Ed? I was a big fan of Special Ed at the time.
Okay. So you did like rap. It wasn't
Oh,
like you
course,
didn't.
yeah,
It wasn't the
course, yeah.
beats. Okay, fine. Okay.
VJ, what's number 10 for you, VJ?
For me, my number 10 is a down tempo. It's produced by Bernard Bell and Markel Riley. It's Trust Me. I think it's a lovely down tempo by Bernard Bell and Markel. Teddy's keys are evident all over this song. And especially after the middle of the song. If you listen to Teddy's little keyboard bit, it sounds fantastic. I think it's around 340. It's a lovely insight into Teddy Riley's style and what he was into at the time. But I don't think there's a bad song on this album. So I want to say that. I think all the songs are good. I just don't think the lyrics quite worked. And I just think they could have had catchier songs. If they did that with the production, I think this album could have done very well. And decent singles with great remixes, this album would have been a smash. Because we know Marsha McClurkin, Mary Brown, and Topaz can sing, so it wasn't that. But yeah, that's my number 10.
Wow, surprised.
Okay.
Surprised.
Okay. Yeah. Baseline was talking about Teddy getting sued around sampling, so that's why the credits were mixed around. That would be interesting to find out. Okay. For me, number 10 was a track that if Jackie McGee was here, she would say album filler. And that was You Are the Party, I Am the Fun. I would have preferred if they didn't even put it on there. It would have just been like, so we just have a nice little succinct album. It was almost like to me a little bit more little lazy just to put it in there, but it was it was on there. Oh goodness, that's a turnaround.
No comment.
Okay.
What's the score? Tell me the score, somebody.
2-2.
Wow.
Oh, scored 2 goals in the last 7 minutes.
Oh, you missed it now, VJ. Oh dear.
Yeah. Okay. So We Are the Party was number 10 for me and stuff. So Stevie, what is number 9?
Number 9 is this the most up-tempo track on the album? It's very up-tempo, this, and I like the production of it. I think it's just the chorus could have been better. It's just very generic. Make me sweat, make me sweat, make me sweat.
Can you check your credits? Was it written by Aaron Hall, or who wrote it?
Make Me Sweat. Yeah, Make Me Sweat was Aaron Hall.
Just by himself, or
no,
anyone else?
I think there were a few people on that.
Marsha McClurkin, Mark O'Reilly, and Gene Griffin.
That wrote it.
They were credited.
Oh, I thought they. Okay, so which one did Aaron Hall write then?
There's no writing credits on this cassette. So maybe on the CD.
Yeah, I've got the writing credits here on the CD. Luckily.
Oh, it doesn't. So Aaron Hall's not on there.
Yeah, he's on there. There's 4 of them: Gene, Aaron Hall, Mark O'Reilly, and Mark.
Yeah. That's it. Yeah.
Okay. We always have to take out Gene's name. I don't know. It's just one of those things where when you had Gene, it's Teddy. So okay, Teddy, Aaron, and Markel. Okay, Make You Sweat. Okay, so that's number 9 for you. VJ, what's number 9 for you?
Number 9 is produced by Bernard Bell. It's the only other down tempo on here. It sounds great, so I want to lead with that. It's just I'm an up tempo guy, so I'll Be Your Friend is my number 9.
What?
It features the vocals of Bernard Bell and also Regina Bell's on this track, which should make it incredible. The production is crisp, it's so good, but I didn't feel the song just didn't work for me like in its entirety. I just don't think it was an almost song for me. And I don't think the vocal style fits the song. it just doesn't have the je ne sais quoi.
Now,
That's
the
just
rumor
me.
was it that Aaron was supposed to sing the male part instead of Bernard Bell, and I think a strong male lead would have made a massive difference for the song. Whether it was Aaron Hall or maybe it was Diesel, I think, or even Bob, I think it lacked. Bernard was okay, but he just did it. His vocals weren't memorable. You didn't really feel it. It's almost like he was just singing a demo.
Now you take
So
that
I
song.
could imagine. I could.
Exactly what you said.
Mhm.
You take this song and you do what you've just said, and you add Aaron on this track. Oh my God, it's over. This song would go up to number 2 or something. It just would, because the
Yeah.
production's solid. It's a really good production.
Yeah. Yeah.
It just didn't.
Yeah. I think
It's a nice song, but it's not a killer.
Yeah, it fell off.
not with Bernard's vocal,
Nice,
not with
yeah,
Bernard's
it's a nice
vocals
song,
on
but
it.
it's not an absolute killer, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, Bernard didn't. As much as we appreciate his writing stuff.
His writing is great, and his
Okay.
production is outrageous. He was outrageously talented, but singing. I mean, he was in Today as the Gents. He dropped off, and he focused on writing and production, and there was probably a reason for that.
Mm,
It's a nice
Yeah,
picture.
yeah.
That's a nice,
Fantastic.
nice picture of the girls there.
yeah. It's a pity that it was just bad promo. They didn't do many pictures and stuff. Yeah. Anyway, number 9 for me is another track that I would think is more keen to an album filler, and it's "You're My Kind of Guy." Dun, dun,
Album
you're
filler?
my
You kidding me?
kind of guy. Yeah, dun, 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 dun. It sounded like climax,
You're my
or it felt sounded like a early mid '80s, early '80s type of funk song, like a climax. I would think, yeah, it sounded like a song like climax would do. It was nice and funky, but it just didn't fit the vibe I was getting from the
Wow.
album. But yeah, so that was my 2 least favorite. And to go back to "I'll Be Your Friend," I didn't like the fact that it was the second song on the album. I felt that they should have grouped the slow ballads together. It's just because it just starts off so quickly, and it drops down and goes up again, and it
Bad
just
sequencing.
didn't
Bad
make
sequence.
sense. Yeah, it was like, well, why would they just mix it around like that? Yeah. Okay. What's number 8 for you guys?
I'll tell you what I will say about that track you just picked there, looking out for number 1. If I was to put a timestamp on that track, I think that was made around the same time as Big Daddy Kane's "I Get the Job Done," because there's a Zap sample that they speeded up, more bounce to the ounce, but on what they put on top of the Zap sample is all this percussion and drum sounds that were the ones that, like a go-go thing, that were exactly the same as what was on the Big Daddy Kane "I Get the Job Done" track. So I think I got a feeling they were made around the same time. I could be wrong though. Anyway, number 8, I've gone for a song that would probably do very well. It would have done very well in the Me Too movement. I think the Me Too ladies would appreciate this song. It doesn't work for me though. I like the funkiness of the track, but I just thought the song was a good but nothing killer. But I've chose Sleaze at number 8.
Okay.
Sleaze, you're a dirty, rotten, low sleaze. You've been messing around and blah, blah, blah. It's the thing that women like to, the thing that they like to do about men is cuss us men out, don't they? When we cheat or we do this or do that, they call us sleazies. So, they've got to have one track like that, I suppose, haven't they? Where they have a dig at us guys. You know what I mean? It's a fair play to them.
Okay. Yeah.
My track was
Just before you go, I was just saying if you had a response for Ezekiel when he asked.
Yeah, Abstrac is relatively easy to get hold of. You can probably find it off eBay or Discogs and others. You should be able to pick it up for
definitely
$2-3 maybe, $5 maybe plus shipping. that should be it.
Okay. And Tone was saying that Tone thought that they were better backing singers than they were uh, lead singers. I mean, they did amazing background stuff for the Bobby album and for Blackstreet and all that stuff, but I don't know if that was if I would just limit them there. Yeah, but we'll never know. Yeah,
I think back I think they were fantastic on Bobby's album. I mean, I think Marsha and Mary Brown were on both of
Mary.
Bobby
Yeah,
album.
they were awesome. One more
One more.
chance. All right.
That's your tune, innit? One more night's your jam, man.
Oh, that's right. That
That's
one more.
the one.
Yeah, just give me one more
More
night.
night.
Yeah. And Tammy says she couldn't vocally; she was just not able to join them. So they because she
they
had
smash
stuff with
it.
her voice.
There's a song that Marsha McClurkin and what's her name? Mary Brown.
Mary Brown.
They do the backings for a track. There was a track on Bobby Brown's album that was supposed to come out called "Be Yourself," and
Be yourself.
it is
I've never heard that.
magical. And it's just those two, it's the Eminem girls, it's the Abstrac girls, and they sound so good. And
Was that a Teddy
yeah, Teddy.
production? Wow. Oh, that's supposed to be on the Bobby album.
Rejected. Yeah, it was meant to be on, but there were so many tracks. There's only so many tracks. I mean, how many tracks was on that album? 14, was it? 16? How many tracks were on the Bobby album?
Yeah, it was about
Yeah,
16.
so how many? You can't fit much more on there, so it didn't make the final cut. But it's very good, and that just showcases how good these girls are as background vocalists, and that's what they're not given enough credit for. It's like when we talk about Babyface is an incredible lead singer. There's no doubt about it. But as a background singer with anybody, he smashes it every single time. Listen to Babyface's background vocals on the Tony Braxton track, or Babyface's background vocals on the line with Michael Jackson. He kills it. And yeah, maybe Mary's and Marsha's thing was being great backing singers. But yeah.
Yeah, harmony. No, well, thanks very much for that. Okay, no, I didn't. Yeah, I knew that they were great with background songs, but
well, it is a fault for you, VJ. If you had to pick one album, either Abstract or the Eminem album, to take away with you on holiday for a week, which would you take and which would you leave behind? That's a tough one.
No, that's an odd question, and I tell you why. Because a part of my brain leans towards the GR style of production, that early Teddy sound, that stuff, that early New Jack, the clattery sound of New Jack Swing. But the more polished version on Eminem, it really, really works. I don't think there's one bad song on the Eminem album.
It's a good album.
And as a result, I'd have to take that album. It's just perfect. I listen to every single song on that album. All the songs are great. The production's great. The vocals, the writing, everything just works on that album.
It's a good album. That's solid.
Yeah, that's my choice. What about you guys?
I prefer the Abstract to the Eminem because I've listened to it and as I said, it could be my Teddy bias, and that tends to overrule. I rule my heart over my head, so it's probably so. But I will give it another listen. But I don't think I remember too many songs off of that Eminem album compared to Abstract. But as I said, it could be heart ruling my head. Yes.
Yeah.
But anyway, VJ, what was your number 8?
Number 8 is a Markel Riley, Gene Griffin production. It was
we need to scrap Gene's name out of
this.
this.
Credits. I'm just reading the credits. I don't know. You did the same thing to me when I said about Devontae Swing not having Touch Loving You Down. There's no way he's done that. That's Timbaland all day long.
Yeah, but you have to. So if you think about the two people, okay, we had what's his name? Oh goodness, from Rab and from Idris Muhammad, and then also Spec. They would tell you that Gene would walk in, and then walk out, or he'll say, "Oh, it's going over here. Why don't you say it's coming over here?" And then that's his writing, just twitching what is already there. So it's yeah.
No,
But
I'm
anyway,
sure.
go ahead.
I'm sure it's all a bit odd.
Listen,
Go on.
No, I just thought he did I think Gene did a brilliant executive producer job, which is meaning to put everything together and just let them get on with it. That's what an executive producer does. And then, like you said, every now and again, comes to the studio with maybe a pizza for someone, say, "Oh yeah, I like that. Just say that," and off he goes. Executive producer keeps the ship, keeps the train on the tracks, keeps the ship going.
That should be the case.
Yeah.
But Hopeful said something interesting. Like she's talked about Lisa Fisher being a great lead and backing vocalist. Absolutely.
Oh my God, Lisa Fisher.
Hopeful, that is the perfect sentence. I cannot fault anything you've said there. Absolute perfection.
Oh, Lisa Fisher.
What a voice, man.
We'll probably get around to doing her album in 2035 when
it's on the list. It's on the list. It's on the list. We'll get to it. My number 8, produced by whoever, but it's You Are the Party, I Am the Fun.
Wow.
It was meant to be the second single. The single only had an LP version and a radio edit, so I don't know if they got round to remixes. If they did, they didn't press anything.
My God, it needed a remix, that track.
Badly.
That needed a remix.
Badly.
That one.
Yeah, but it didn't get the traction that warrant a full release. And interestingly, this song came out. You Are the Party, I'm the Fun. It came out in '89, so that would be the inspiration for this one. Can you see that? I don't know if you can see that.
Just about.
What does it say?
It's time.
Yes.
The one is
It's Time is inspired. If you listen to the mute production on this and you listen to the production on that, obviously
it's time.
Yeah.
What time?
Yeah.
It's time. Okay.
And it just doesn't. This song doesn't have the impact that other production, the production implies it should. It didn't work for me. So that's my number 8. And yeah, based on just this conversation, You Are the Party probably should have been at number 10, and I should have bumped those other 2 songs up. But they're all at the right position.
Okay. Yeah, so number 8 for me is Trust Me, Bernard Bell. It was slow, but it was very slow. And it just didn't, I think it just didn't get me. It just wasn't as good as I would have hoped for. But it was definitely a nice little track, but I think he could have had a little bit more oomph to it to be a little bit more memorable. So Trust Me was number 8 for me.
Okay.
I think when I look at so I think from 7 to 1, I was definitely enjoying this part of it. Stevie, number 7 for you.
Yeah, we're getting to the ballads for me. I do actually like that the ballads that I hear on, say, the Mind album, the Zan, the Slow, and on this, I do like the production ballad sound. If you just take away the vocals in the song, the melodic ballad, the melodic feel to them, I love on the keyboards and on all of them things, even on the Deja album as well. But I've gone for I'll Be Your Friend at number 7. Like I say, I like the track. It's not a killer song.
Number 7.
It's good. It's just that it's a 6.57 out of 10 for me.
Yeah, that's it. Exactly what you said. That's exactly what I think of that song. That's it. That's it.
But I do think it's better than You Are the Party. And I just think it's slightly edgy song. It's the Make Me Sweat and Sleaze. I think it's a better song than them two. That's why I've graded it at number 7. Just give it, and it's and the quality of the ballad as well as a production. So that's why that's why I put it in front of Sleaze and Make Me Sweat.
All right,
my thought process anyway.
Okay. Hopeful said you need to write more than 15
consecutive words.
Oh Lord, have mercy, VJ! What has just happened?
Yeah,
okay.
Is it 3-2 now?
No, it's penalties. Spurs lost on penalties.
Wow.
Yeah.
Gutted.
Yeah, it's all right.
Yeah.
That's a shame.
Yes.
That.
Okay. So
Like
Stevie,
say after you get to
number
European
7 for
final,
you.
yeah, we're on DJ now, number 7.
Number 7, my number 7,
Oh yeah.
samples Public Enemy's Don't Believe the Hype. You'll be hearing Flavor Flav throughout the song. It's not really a strong enough song to have any real impact, in my opinion. However, I think it had some incredible remix, especially the incredibly infectious Dave's Club Dub. Oh my God, absolutely stunning. That mix I could listen to on loop. Brilliant. Obvious ode to the incredibly talented Dave Way. Teddy is definitely turning some knobs or doing something on that track. I know Teddy's around. You can hear Teddy all over that song. The remix edit feels a little bit more well-rounded, I thought, and sounds better than the album mix, in my opinion. Although Stevie, as you said, you felt that it's just an extended version. I felt it was a little bit punchier. Okay. But Right and Hype is my number 7.
I'm stunned, mate. You've stunned me.
No, that's it.
Absolutely.
That's exactly where that song deserves to be, because when I talk about the other songs, they are quality. There's no dud tracks after this. They're all brilliant.
I don't know if Right and Hype is that low. I thought it was actually
wow.
Maybe because it was played the most, but I thought it was really definitely a good song.
Totally.
No, but then
that's what's great about this podcast, though. You know, that's what it feels. And like you say, fair play.
It's how I feel. It's how I feel about that song.
Exactly.
Like when I think of the new Jack coming out of GR Productions, I like to. There's a song on this album which absolutely personifies my number 1, and I'm confident both of you.
Don't give it away. Don't give it away, please.
I'm not saying anything, but I'm saying that personifies GR Productions sound. That feels like a proper song. You take the stuff that anything else. I don't know. There was so much. This one, It's Real by James Ingram. This beautiful little 3-inch CD single. Was this 89? This was 89 as well. That's a proper GR Productions track. That feels like Right and Hype didn't feel like that for me. I just
wow.
And I know
I like the way it rises and it glides up. Like I love that, the way the melody in the background, it all rises up. Really like that. I don't know.
Yeah, I better tell Hopeful. It's I did watch a little bit of the game, but it's I have to just explain that a little. My team is seldom in a final of anything. So when they're in a final, I double booked today. I think you came a little bit later, but I double booked today. So it's actually a good thing I didn't watch it because we lost. So it's all right. But,
and we're just waiting. We're just waiting for your chairman to get the pennies out and send us some big money over.
He might give you some money. He might give you some
for a winger, for a right. Will he do it? Will he be persuaded?
I think we may do that.
Okay.
Number 7 for you.
So
number 7 for
number 7 for me is Make You Sweat. We're gonna make you sweat. I thought it had its moments and stuff like that. Nice and funky and stuff. But number 7 for me. I didn't mind it. But I had 6 songs that I preferred better than that. So Make You Sweat. That's why I wanted to see who did the writing on that. It says Aaron Hall. Yeah. Okay. So top 6. This is definitely some fun parts of it here.
Trust Me made number 6. I think out of the 2 ballads, I think this was slightly stronger. I think there's a bit of instrumentation near the end that I liked as well. But I'll be honest, them 2, I don't play them a lot. I really don't. You know, they're not the go-to tracks on this CD when I play it. So, but like I say, they're still a bit stronger than Sleaze and Make Me Sweat and You Are the Party. So, I mean, for me, my top 5 is strong. They're my strongest. Definitely, I always play them tracks, but these are the 5. Sorry?
What's your number 6?
Trust Me, the ballad.
Oh, okay, good. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, it's, you know, if it's a game of 2 halves, then we've had the first half, and it's we've had the B team on. The B team's played now. We'll get the A team out for the second half to win the game. To win the game.
Yeah. Helpful says let's rename TR production to GR to TR. Definitely, it definitely should have been. It should have
But
been.
I would say I mean, Gene may have been whatever he was, but there's a lot of things that wouldn't have happened if it wasn't for Gene Griffin. Gene Griffin was, I'm not saying he did everything right, but he made some connections and he put Teddy in the right rooms. He put him in the right rooms. So
would we have had New Jack Swing the way we did, and the development of it if Gene Griffin wasn't around? I don't know.
Highly unlikely. You never know. But
we would have had it.
So
we would have had it.
We've got to give the guys respect, really.
Give him no credit. Timmy Gatlin and Teddy together would have been bigger than anyone, because Timmy is writing. Because what Teddy doesn't write, so Timmy would write. Teddy's producing, and then Aaron would do some writing as well. So they would have. Look at what Timmy did after they broke up. So just imagine all of that stuff, all that creativity. Timmy thought GR production was Gatlin Riley production. That would have been, and he could have helped manage them, but he broke things off for himself. And Teddy was just producing stuff, and then moving on to the next. Yeah. I've listened to too many people.
Then say Gene was out the pit, guy signed to MCA. We've say
they were already signed to Uptown. Everything was already set. It's just that
what would have happened to Guy then? What do you think would have happened?
They would have blown up. The second single would have been After Groove Me instead of Merry Go Round of Love. Because Gene,
I think
it would have been far better without Gene. The only people think that they've credited him for was he was into fashion, and that's what Damon and Timmy have all said. Even Carell have all said it. Stylistically, he brought a lot of fashion. But outside of that, he just ruined a generation.
Wow.
And if I had not listened to, and I encourage anyone to listen to that amazing podcast. Is it New Jack? I can't remember what it's called. Jacked. It is so hard. It's called Jacked. It's so heartbreaking to find out that Teddy and Marsha were dating. And he deliberately broke them up because he was afraid that she would tell Teddy what he was doing, and he had Teddy sleeping around with other people and leave her. So I discredit him because I think he destroyed, and his legacy is one of thuggery and thievery. He trained Suge Knight, who extended all of that. So anytime I see his name, I cross it out. No one has said anything great about him, and so I will never do so.
Who did we have last time? Who came on that podcast that we had? Idris came on. So he was saying what he said about Gene, but Gene did open doors, and I think that's a conversation. Things played out the way they did, and I understand why you're saying what you're saying, and most people on the chat are saying don't want to give Gene any respect whatsoever or props. But he opened doors, and I agree with Ezekiel's comment. You've said that Teddy did Classical 2 and B-Fats. He did lots of production without Gene. But
he did all the Heavy D stuff without Gene. He did all the Kumo D and all the stuff with Big Daddy Kane. The show he did all without Gene. Did The Dangerous without Gene.
Yeah, but what
did Keith Sweat's debut album without Gene?
Doors were open, is what I'm saying. Like a lot of doors.
Tell me, and all those doors that are open.
Like you talk about thuggery.
Which of those? And which of them was successful? All the GR stuff. Which of them blew up? All the stuff Gene got for Teddy. Which blew up?
What do you mean? Say that. What do you mean?
Which of them was successful? Which of them sustained? Anything that Gene touched. We talk about Abstract here. You got Deja. None of them blew up.
I tell you what. In all the years you've been doing halftime chat, Namdi, this is your most hard and defined opinion that you've ever come out with. And I'm blown away, mate.
No, it
Like,
is
you don't really hear a Namdi hardcore opinion. He sits on the he likes to just, like you say, keep opinions to himself when he's doing interviews. We're getting the real Namdi thoughts. This is a great discussion, guys, because we're getting your. I'm taking on board what you're saying as well, VJ. Both very, very valid points. You do make some. It did open doors, but like you say, what was. And to counteract that, what was successful out of it? And it's hard. What was successful? The odd thing here and there, you know. Teddy had his success after GR, didn't he?
He did.
GR and before GR.
Yeah.
All his biggest stuff was after and before.
If Gene weren't in the picture in the early days, what would have happened to Teddy and Guy? And
exactly what you said there, because in any journey in life, in anybody's life, you take any individual's life, that person is as a result of their good and bad experiences. They have turned out how they have. Now, Gene Griffin guided things a particular way. Now, you're right. Like, Abstract is not revered as much as, say, it could have been. Yeah, you mentioned Deja. There's Starpoint. There's a ton of other projects we could
even
talk about.
Basic Black, yeah.
Basic Black, 100%. But I think that was a necessary thing at that moment in time to guide Teddy to the next step. And Teddy had to go through that to then say, okay, then create the song that Stevie doesn't like, Gotta Be a Leader. We don't like that running loop. Let's get rid of that.
I never said I didn't like. I said the Abstract track. Not
oh, sorry. I misunderstood. I misunderstood. But my point is, it took Teddy to that point where him and Aaron and Damien and Akil created Gotta Be a Leader to say, hey, enough of this. We are moving on from this. But it was a lesson that needed to be learned. And I think that's invaluable. And I don't think this story would have been the same without Gene Griffin. Gene needed to be the protagonist in this. Gene needed to be there. And when we get a chance to interview Akil and Markel, we should definitely bring up the Gene Griffin side of the conversation, because I had he's passed away now, but Akil's cousin, a guy called Big Al, Alan Davidson, he used to talk about Gene, like some very interesting stories about Gene and the good things that Gene did. And obviously there's some bad things, but I think it was a necessary thing. You needed to pass through that pathway to get to 1990, where we had the Future, and then we were excited. Then we had the Bobby and the Rex, and then the Michael and everything else.
I don't see Jam and Lewis talk about Prince firing them, and then they had to make it on their own. He didn't steal their money and stuff. LA and Babyface talk about Solar Records and Dick Griffey, being hard on them, but not to the point that Jam. They left scarred. It's only Teddy that would come in that $25 million worth of income was stolen from him, and that hardened him. He lost his trust in relationships and everything. I mean, Gene scarred Teddy, and there's no good came out of him being around.
Wow.
As I said, anytime I see his name on any credits,
I'm impressed with Namdi's hardcore opinions being.
No, that's great. No, that's great.
Whether you agree with it or not, he's
you need these conversations. You need to have a conversation just like this, because Namdi, I understand why you've said everything you've said. I cannot fault your logic for saying what you've said, not one iota. But from my experience, every individual has to go through crap to become tougher, to become a little bit stronger. All of us have had some, there's been some situations where we feel hard done by. Those experiences make us stronger. And without those experiences, we would be weaker. Teddy came out of that GR relationship super strong, man. That boy smashed the shit out of that baseball right out of the park. And he's like, see ya. My name is
but
Teddy
it
Riley.
didn't have
If you
to
didn't
be
know my
there.
name,
It's true
didn't
because he
have
doesn't
to-
take any
yeah, but
shit
it-
now, does he?
I'm
Pardon
just
me,
saying.
Yeah, but it didn't
he
have
don't
to be
really
there.
take, you know.
But-
And I'll
yeah,
be
but the
honest,
thing
he
is that it
Teddy's
didn't have to be.
through that experience. He's incredibly wary of people, isn't he? Incredibly wary
Yeah,
of anyone being getting any
yeah.
close to him. That's that I get the
Yeah.
vibe with.
So I mean, as I said, I think the first 6 months of doing this show and hearing all these stories about being cheated and everything, every artist, it was the most heartbreaking thing to hear. And then when I keep listening about, I reflect on Teddy's situation and realize how much it was taken from him. So you look at his contemporaries like Jermaine Dupri and the rest, how they had much smoother paths, or LA and Babyface or Jam and Lewis, that they were able to set their stuff up. And Teddy was constantly scarred about that, not owning his own things. But as I said, we can't change the past, and but I've not seen, and even when he left when Guy kicked him away, he couldn't produce the magic with Basic Black or any group afterwards. I think Basic Black's album was much better than The Future. I prefer that great album, but Gene didn't know how to
Andy,
that's
promote
another
it.
interesting conversation. I want to have that conversation
I mean,
properly with you one day. Why you feel
Yeah.
now,
Basic
Jake,
Black's
we're having
album
it
is
now. It's
better than
coming
The
out
Future?
now.
And
I prefer. I would 10 times more likely buy the Basic Black debut album than The Future. However, Gene did not know how to promote it. That shows me it was all talk but no
Was
action.
it
He didn't know how
Gene's
to. He
job
was
to
getting the
promote
deals.
it, or was it Motown's?
No, it was but Gene stopped
The
sitting
record
away.
label. The
Look,
record label's job was to promote the album.
yeah, the record label.
Yeah, but
so
even no, but he stood in the way in everything. He stood in the. They did not want to release "Merry Go Round of Love" as the second single for the Guy album. He pushed that out,
Yeah, that
that
was a
song. The
That was
song, the song failed because he had a little writing credit and Timmy wasn't on that, and it failed. And then they had to go around. So you can see how he sabotaged that. He made himself the fourth member of Guy. So he's not shown any success.
All
in
he should have
anything he's
done
touched.
was bring the pizzas to the studio. That's all he should have done.
I will. I will
Bring the
counter
pizzas
your
to the
comment.
studio and let him get on with it.
Namdi, on Sound of New York, he had many hits, man. He had many hits. On
Yeah,
Sound
They
of New
dried
York.
up, didn't they? They dried up by the
Yeah,
time
but
you
he got older. Like
Yeah.
everything has a cycle. The Roman Empire was like it was the dog's nutsack for a little while, and then it wasn't.
He didn't even have success with Kids at Work, and all that competition was No Edition. And he couldn't even do anything with that. But anyway,
wow,
we digress.
Wow,
This,
what a
this, this is a good.
No, but we'll have this conversation. We're going to have this conversation again, and we'll have it. But fascinating. I'm loving
Yeah,
this conversation. I'm
This
loving it, Namdi.
This is the sort of stuff that comes out when we're offline.
Oh,
Viewers. If you watch
yeah,
it now,
this
when
is
we're
great.
off this,
I'm
we have
loving this.
discussions.
This is
We have,
no, but
and you're
he's
getting
passionate
an
about
insight
it. That's
into it now. You're getting an insight into it.
And Stevie, he's so passionate about it. And like
Yeah,
the thing is, like Nandi, you've interviewed lots of people that have been around Gene Griffin, and a lot of people have told you a lot of things, and it's helped form your opinion.
What Namdi needs to hear, the other side, he needs to hear the other side of people around Gene Griffin that probably maybe got a better view of him, so he can then make a balanced opinion.
I wish, Namdi, if you'd ever had a chance to talk to Alan Davidson, you would have loved it. Because he was around from the beginning. He passed away some time ago now, but very interesting guy. And he was there he was at all of the video shoots. He was there when Guy were doing this. He's Akil's cousin, so he was there for all of the Rex and Effects stuff.
Wow.
You would have had a fascinating conversation with him. But
TK Thompson, who was the general manager of GR Productions, said yes, they brought in more than 20 million. Teddy probably got less than 50,000 from all the work he did. He says that Gene was a drug dealer, and even when he was still at GR Productions, how he got arrested at Kids at Work was because he was trying to get, still running his business. And he got arrested. Anyway. But we'll have a separate podcast
that baseline
Gene,
comment,
on the
everyone.
life and times of Gene Griffin.
We can wrap it up with
We'll
that
have a
baseline
separate-
comment. Baseline G.
The process wouldn't happen without. Yeah, but you know what? If even though I would say that the if you listen to Jacked, all these singers, Teddy found them, and Gene, and he brought them into the fold. Marsha, how they all came in through Teddy. But anyway, we will. And I could imagine he would have had better deals. He would have had more money. He would have been able to do more stuff, and he probably would have been a lot more a different approach to his subsequent artists if he hadn't tried to recoup all this stuff back.
Here's
But
one
anyway,
last point. Have you noticed as well, considering all the interviews you've done, New Jack Swing related, all the GR production artists they're very hard to get hold of or just disappeared in terms of like try to get an interview with them. It's just like Redhead Kingpin, like you say, Rex and Effects, Abstrac, Deja, maybe someone from Starpoint, Zan. We can't get hold of any of them. Maybe they have been tarnished from that period. They've moved on and done what I talk about it. I don't know.
Yeah. As I said, nobody. I mean, as I said, people tend not to. Basic Black. They were there. They saw everything going around, and they said, they gave their opinions on stuff. But every time somebody has to bring up his name, it's never great. Look what he did at Uptown. He walked in there, slapped Andre Harrell, and I remember Carl West was was at Uptown during that time. He was in the office when Andre got slapped by Gene and shook the whole place, and they were like, do we still push this guy stuff? It just disrupted everyone. I'm sure he threatened everyone who had a GR production signing, and people just to say, let it fail on his own so we don't have to deal with them anymore, because there was no goodwill on any albums.
Like you say, Idris with the Arb album, he literally walked away, didn't he? He didn't want to promote or anything.
Yeah.
Down tools, didn't they?
No, because
which is a shame.
So
really.
it's just, and as I said, Vijay, the more you keep hearing everyone say the same thing from different, they're not all sitting in a room and saying it. Different people are all saying the same story.
It's hard for us to hear because we treasure these albums and we want to know about them. But when you find out the backstories and it's tarnished, it's not good. You know what I mean? It isn't good.
I will say one thing. If Gene had been more fair with Teddy, the music scene would have been very, very different. Just if you understand that sentence the way I mean it, if Teddy was paid more and he was given the kindness that he deserved based on his talent and looked after the way he should have been, I think Tone or somebody mentioned that earlier. I think it would have been very different. Can you imagine if it was it was GR Productions and they both got 50-50 of everything? How different would things have been? But then would Teddy have been as hungry as he was? Because when he came with the Future and Rex and Effect and Bobby and Michael, that boy was hungry. Yeah. When Dangerous hit, all of us were like, holy shit, what the hell is going on? What is this album? I cannot believe what I'm hearing right now because it's so good.
But I would go back to say that if Gene has stayed as the manager of Guy, just like the manager of U2 or Coldplay, who've taken them to new levels, if he just stayed, let the artist be the artist, not try and disrupt Teddy and Tim, and let the three of them, the original three, do their thing. Timmy was an exceptional writer, and he knew how to get the best out of Teddy. If they had just continued to write and produce together, they would have been as big as Jam and Lewis and Ellie and Babyface.
Yeah, they should have been. 100%. I agree. I agree with that.
Because Timmy's, he says, he heard this. He said that he had grooved me, and then within 15 minutes wrote the track. They were just writing, and so that's when you start to see that he just from where he just started to break things up, and how it just changed. So that would be it. But
we're going to get back to this top 10 now, but I'm going to ask you both one more question, which is Guy related. If Guy were to reform now, and it was 3 people only, which 3 out of the 4 would you pick? Very important question. This.
I know all of them. I'm not answering this. I'm not.
Come on.
I'll do it offline. Offline, I'll answer.
No.
I can't do it here.
Pick 3.
I can't. No, it's too. No, I love them all, man. Guy on my group, man. I'm not saying a bad. I'm not, because if I leave one person out,
no, to come back and be a success, which 3? You've got to put your feelings aside in terms of coming back and being a success.
I think, you asked a question, and I'll tell you how I think Guy could be successful in 2025 and beyond. Teddy has many contacts. I would get all of them back together, all 4 of them.
Mm-hmm.
And on the album, I would get, if Teddy can do the tracks himself, great. If he feels that he needs assistance, then get the assistance. And I would also have lots of cameos on that first album when they come back, like big cameos, like whoever, like Jay-Z, whoever, any Rihanna, anybody.
No, leave all them out.
No, I'm talking. No.
They can't be on the album.
No. To get them to a point where they are successful, and then once they've gathered the momentum, then focus on just doing an album like they've done in the past. But they do one album which is full of cameos, all 4 of them, and hit them with the sauce. Hit them with the Guy sauce, and I think it would be incredible. I think it would be good. Still.
Could you pick 3 members, Namdi?
Timmy said that when you have groups like the Who, Rolling Stones, who could be reunited for millions of dollars each, it doesn't happen to black groups. We've seen New Edition come back as 6 and be successful. I think the magic source from the first album is Timmy and his writing and his vision. But I think it's hard to discredit what Damien brought to the group afterwards. And so Timmy has been open for all 4. I think the fans would say, you know what, you've had 3 albums and 4 people within them. I would probably have all 4. I couldn't exclude Damien because he did the feature, and he's done the 3 album. So I would have all 4 of them.
I think it's a very simple answer to this. You won't answer the question, VJ. You won't pick 3.
Nope.
You won't answer it. So I'm going to have to answer it for all of you out there. The 3 members you pick are Timmy Gatlin for the songs and the groove. You pick Teddy Riley for the production and the New Jack Swing. And thirdly, very controversially, you pick the one man who's holding Guy together, who's out there performing, who has got his head together. There's no ego there, who won't disrupt the group, who will carry the group forward. Let Aaron Hall, let him sail off into the sunset. Let's have them 3 members.
That's an interesting list.
It is controversial, very controversial. Let's have them 3 members because I think they'll carry it, and I think Damien deserves his moment in the spotlight. Aaron's had it. He's had it back then. And vocally, I'm only what I'm hearing recently, and he's the voice isn't there. He could get it back. I'm not saying he's gone, but it's not there. But I would like to see Damien get all the shine now because he's always been on the back seat. He's always been on the back seat. I think he can be a lead singer of a group.
Yeah, I think Damien's voice is still
backing him up with songs and vocals. I think let's try that, and I think it'd be a winning formula. So there you go. That's my controversial choice.
I think that's a fair assessment. And I think if Aaron did come back, and like if there was a combination with all 4 of them, then Aaron would need a vocal coach. 100%. He needs to work on that voice, and I think he can get it right, and I think he can be stronger, but he needs a good vocal coach.
And I tell you, to all the viewers who are watching this, and there'll be people, I'm guaranteed there'll be people from the New Jack music community watching this. You get what you're hearing tonight is a very raw, uncensored podcast. This is as hardcore as it gets from us. You're hearing things here tonight that we talk about offline. We put it out here tonight. We getting raw, hardcore, uncensored opinion.
We're not this open on online. We're not. And this has become a very interesting podcast.
Let's get to the top 10 anyway.
Yeah, let's do that. Oh, I wanted to say something about Ezekiel. I saw that you said you're an Arsenal fan. I thought you were perfect, but nobody's perfect, obviously. You
can even bring Tammy Lucas in as well. Can you bring her?
That would be amazing. Oh my God, that would be amazing.
And give us some good money.
Does it have to be called Guy? Couldn't it be called something else?
Still Guy. It's still Guy. But anyway, what number was we up to? We're at top 5. Have you done number 6, Namdi?
No, we are in. No, let me
How
see.
did
Number
we go
6
so
for me.
off topic? How did we go?
Yeah, we did number 6. That was Make You Sweat for me.
So number 5 then. My number 5, and did I put this at number 5? I wanted to put it at number 4.
I haven't done my number 6 yet.
Sorry, go on, VJ. So if you hadn't done your number
Namdi
6,
did Make Me Sweat at number 7, if I'm not mistaken.
All right, so you still need to do your number 6 then, Namdi, and VJ then. Right, number 6, VJ.
Okay, my number 6.
Oh yeah, I haven't done number 6.
Okay,
yet.
my number 6 is it's that guy and Markel Riley. He's credited as the track. It's Make Me Sweat. Namdi's number 7. I think it's a great TR solo around 2 minutes 50 seconds. Got to listen to that. That is a proper TR solo. Written by Aaron, Markel, Marsha McClurkin, and Gene, according to the credits. Song is brilliant, and I think this would have been a really good, strong contender for a single. Can you imagine the remixes to that?
Which track have you picked, VJ?
Make Me Sweat.
Wow, fair enough. Yeah, I think there would have been some amazing mixes of that.
Can you imagine?
Yeah,
going nuts on that, man.
A TR club a dub, rubber dub mix.
Yeah, club a dub. Yeah.
Bonus mix.
It would have been fucking amazing.
Extended club version. Oh, dearie me.
Okay. At number 6 for me, I really love this production here. I love the funkiness of this. It does remind me of elements of the Future album, but it's strategy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was These were some of my Then 1 to 6 were really.
You do know that's a cover version, don't you, Namdi? That's a remake.
Yeah, but I think it's now. Remake. I haven't heard the original.
I haven't heard the original. Was it Archie Bell and the Drells? Archie Bell and the Strategy. Yeah, it was them, one of the Philly guys. I haven't played it in years. That.
Yeah, but I did love the production on that one. Yeah. Okay, top 5.
Whoa, top 5. I don't know if I want to move from number 5 to number 4. Did I really put that in? Because I really like this track. You've got my top 10, and did you get my top 10, VJ?
I do. I have it. Yeah.
I can't change it. I can't change it then. Right, number 5 should have been number 4.
Listen, man. Say what you want to say right now. You're here now, so just say what you need to say, and the last list will be what it will be, man. Just say what you want to say, man.
All right, then I'm going to put looking out for number 1 at number 5. Looking out for number 1. I'm looking out for number 1. That would have made a good single as well.
Yes, it would have
made a fantastic single.
Can you imagine that as a single? That would have been a great single. I'm with you on that.
Okay, number 5. VJ, what's number 5 for you?
Number 5. Can I just read the top bit of Topaz's credits? What she said. You know when they say thank yous in the.
Yeah, go ahead.
So Topaz says this, right? She thanks God, and then she says she'd like to thank Gene Griffin and Teddy Riley for making all this possible. My loyalty lies with you forever. And I find that fascinating. It's like,
yeah.
She said, "No, can you read it?" She said to who?
Both
she
of them.
says, Gene Griffin and Teddy Riley for making all this possible. My loyalties lie with you forever. How mad is that's crazy? That's a lot of love, and that's a lot to say in a sentence, man.
Well, are you, as you would say, that this is who can say that she wrote it?
No, she must have written her thank yous. Come on, man.
We don't even see any credits on there, any meaningful credits. This is
But there were no meaningful credits on Guy's first album.
the Guy album. Yeah, on the Guy
I don't know
album.
what the hell's going on there. Like, if you were basing off the credits, you're like, huh? I don't know.
Yeah.
My number 5 is it says it's produced just by Gene Griffin. So when it says that, I'm assuming it's produced by Teddy Riley. And my number 5 is Strategy.
Wow.
I think this song is fantastic, man. It feels like a proper GR production track. This is evidence of how good that whole sound was at the time. And I think I think Bernard Bell was involved in that track. And I think it's still crazy to think that he's gone, because Bernard Bell was a ridiculous talent, man. He was so talented.
Totally.
He stood me up in New York once.
Yeah.
Remember meet up? And I waited for him for 2 hours and he didn't come, and then he apologized, and then we met up another time after that. But
wow,
all good.
Well, I remember when Kyle West stood up me and Knight in New York once.
Did he?
Yeah, we was going to meet him for dinner and he never turned up.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh well.
All good. So Strategy is my number 5.
Do you think Gene Griffin chose that song? Maybe he will have heard of Archie Bell and the Drells from his disco days.
Gene Griffin.
Do you think he would have suggested that song?
One thing Gene Griffin wasn't, and that was stupid. He was not stupid. He knew his music, he knew his business, and he knew how he wanted to conduct it. Right or wrong, he had a plan, and he would have probably known that song.
Yeah, I like that. Anyway, your number 5, Nandi.
Yeah. Number 5 for me is "I'll Be Your Friend."
That one.
I did, as I've said earlier. I think if Aaron had been on it, as you know how you hear these rumors, just like Mary was supposed to be on the on Drama with Blackstreet, but she backed out when Teddy didn't produce her track, and so she told Jimmy Iovine, remove my vocals from the Blackstreet stuff. So I wonder what Aaron must have been up to that he decided not to sing on the track, and Bernard had to go in the studios instead, because it made no sense not getting. If you had Aaron there, you should have used him. It would have made a massive difference to show that Guy is part of that. I never understood why they didn't put Heavy D and the Boys featuring Guy with Now That We Found Love. It made no sense that Uptown did not put them on there. But anyway, yeah, I'll Be Your Friend at number 5 for me.
Wow.
Top 4.
Number 4, this song is wrote by one of my hardcore favorite artists, written by William Zan Aquart and Mark O'Reilly. You're my kind of guy. Well, it was at number 5, but I pushed it to number 4 because I really like this song. This was the song that it sounds like you say it's got the same drum, it's got the same percussion drum sounds as what's in Big Daddy Kane. I Get the Job Done. You just listen to it again, you'll hear him in the background, and it's got the more bounce for the ounce sample speeded up. You're my kind of I like the melody of it, so I would have liked that as a single, but beggars can't be choosers, can they?
My number 4, Mark O'Reilly, Gene Griffin track. Great little New Jack number. It's also You're My Kind of Guy. It seems to just get better with every listen. I love this song. It's fantastic. Very, very catchy. And it's complete with New Jack cowbells. What New Jack song is not complete without cowbells? You need cowbells, man. And this has cowbells. It's brilliant. And what else? Yeah, I think if they had better songs on this album, I think it would have elevated the album, and I think this would have been a very good single. You're my kind of guy, I think.
Okay. I probably with my number 4 would have it over that. Got me bugging over
Got me
you.
bugging.
You got me bugging. I mean, I just love the. I mean, and I'm thinking, which other group were doing that? Which other girl group were having those type of conversations as they were singing? Because it would have been it could have stood out the way they were singing. And this is pre-In Vogue to me, because this is the kind of stuff In Vogue would do when they when they um when they are singing. So this you've got me, you know, this kind of conversational singing. Um, so um, good chorus, good backing vocals and stuff, and then a little Teddy musical interlude in there as well. Yeah, bugging at number 4 for me.
Got me bugging. Oh,
Fantastic song, man.
Yeah. All right, top 3.
this is the track I
Stevie.
used to play this so much when I bought the CD. It's like my first go-to track. I mean, I kind of listen to it now, and there's like they've not actually got somebody in to play a saxophone on this. You can tell, you know, like sometimes as a kid you might have got one of those kiddie keyboards as a kid that your mum or dad might have got you.
Yeah,
And it's
Casio or
got some
something like that.
got some really cheap saxophone sound on it. It goes well, this is what's on this strategy track. I listen to it down and go, listen to that sax. It sounds like it's played on some really cheap keyboard. Yeah. But I do like this. I just like the song strategy.
Very good choice.
Yeah, and I like the. Is it a James Brown? I don't know if it's a James Brown sample or it's just very funky anyway.
There's not. I couldn't find any information on the internet about what
It's a very funky track, but it's made my number 3 anyway. Made my number 3.
Okay.
So
VJ.
my number 3. Can I read something about what Marsha McClurkin's thank yous? I think it's
Okay.
so she said, "Teddy Riley, you bad, and just think you've only scratched the surface. To my manager Gene Griffin for not giving up on me and giving me the chance to be a best production company."
Wow.
And she thanks her sister. She says a thank you to a few other people. Then she goes down and she says, "Aaron Hall, my brother, for making me feel comfortable in my audition and on stage. Bernard Bell, for your immeasurable patience. Guy, the group, the band and crew. And today for being so nice on the road." I found that's just so lovely. Just so lovely.
But it's not true.
It's not.
Listen to her talking Jack, and Jean sabotaged her relationship with Teddy because he was afraid of her. So you've got to toe the company line when you're writing that stuff up. So I don't believe anyone would say that nice about Jean.
We need interviews. A bit of a compelling interview that.
When Teddy Riley said that he thought R. Kelly's 12 play LP was dope, do you think he meant it or do you think he was joking?
He's a musician. He's on Blackstreet's
first album. He thanks, like, of all the people he could have thanked, he just randomly thanks R. Kelly, dope LP. That's what he says.
Wow.
Did he mean it?
Yeah, he didn't have to. He didn't have to make it up. He didn't. He didn't have, that's a very different thing. Because he had no.
I have got a feeling we're going to have lots of conversations about this at some point.
Yeah, he had no beef with R. Kelly, but as I said, listen to Jack. Listen to what Marsha talks about. I believe it.
I have no doubt there was lots of drama. I know there was lots of drama. I know the drama.
They had to sneak around to continue their relationship.
That's all I was doing. All good.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Okay, so
anyways, here's some more pictures. There's some more pictures of Abstrac, by the way, in the sleeve. Nice pictures there.
That's great. There's not so much on the cassette. On the cassette, you don't see anything. Only picture you've got is this.
Oh, have I got that one? I've not got that one.
See, they're using different pictures. I'm
gonna have to get the cassette now for that picture.
Of course, well, if you insist. My number 3 is I mentioned number 3? I've done my number 3, right? Sleaze. I said it's numbers. Yeah, that's mine.
Yeah, you had Sleaze, but No, you didn't. You didn't mention. You didn't mention it.
Oh, Sleaze is my number 3. Yeah, that's it. Just
Wow.
Okay.
it's a. I was going to say it's a perfect head nodder. This feels like the typical quintessential GR production tracks. Whoever has actually done it, let's leave that conversation alone. But it says, and it says it's arranged by Teddy Riley. But whenever you see Gene as the sole credited person, and it's arranged or mixed by Teddy Riley, in my head I'm thinking, shut the front door. Teddy's done all of that, hasn't he? That's where my
was Bernard
and Bernard Bell.
Bernard on that?
Yeah, I think Bernard Bell, but I think Bernard Bell and Mark O'Reilly on this one. Sorry, yeah. So it's all 3 of those: Bernard Bell, Gene Griffin, Mark O'Reilly. They're the 3 credits. But yeah, that's my number 3. I love it. I think it's a fantastic mid-tempo head nodder, and I think it's the way it's good, man. You need to listen to that loud as well.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay. So that was number 3. Number 3 for me is the only single that we officially saw, and that's Right and Hype. Because I think it was very distinctive in how it came out. There was nothing like it.
No.
And although there was another song that I thought would have hit harder, but I think if this being the first single would have been fine if it was promoted, if they had some money back in it, and then they could have brought the song that I thought would have been their strongest song on the album. But Right and Hype, I didn't hear it at the time, and a few people saw the video and heard it, but it just didn't get the airplay. Did it have any remixes?
Yeah, it did. There's a fantastic Dave's Crazy Dub. Oh my god, it's so good. And there's an extended mix, I think, remix edit as well. And what else is there? Yeah, I think there's 5 mixes on there on the single.
But not a massive improvement from the original.
I think Dave's Crazy Dub is a very big improvement on the original. I think it's fantastic.
Yeah, it's a good.
If I could include Dave's Crazy Dub, that would make my top 3 probably. It's fantastic. It's so good. That Crazy, it's just so good.
Okay, yeah. So Right and Hype is number 3 for me. All right, Stevie, number 2.
My lasting memories of my number 2 are going in Expansion Records. I think it had been 1990. I'm trying to think when the Whispers released their album on Capitol, the More of the Night album. Was it More of the Night album? And I had enough money for a CD, which was $15.99 in my pocket. So the Whispers CD was there, and the vinyl, the Whispers vinyl was there for £10. The CD's $15.99. And I just looked underneath. There was a box on the floor, and the boxes on the floor always had New Jack Swing 12s in them. And I happened to pull out an Abstrac 12 for £4. And I thought, what am I going to do? Do I get the Whispers CD, or do I get the Whispers LP and this Abstrac 12, which would cost me £14 in total? So I ended up leaving the shop with the Whispers album for £10. I was crying because the Whispers CD had bonus tracks on it.
It did have bonus tracks. I was going to ask you that.
I was crying, but I had this Abstrac 12 with Dave Way's Club of Dub mix on it. So in a way, I was very happy. You know what I mean?
But those bonus tracks are featuring Robert Brookins. Those are essential.
I got the CD years later, VJ.
Okay, so you have it. All right, that's fine.
Yeah, years later, I found it in a box for £5. But it took me years to get that CD before the internet. But anyway, that was when I found the Abstrac 12. I was like, whoa, this Abstrac 12. GR production. Right and Hype has made my number 2. Could have easily made number 1. But, it's just, I love that record.
Fantastic.
I love that record, I think it deserves to be my top 3. So number 2 could have been number 1. But I'm going to put it at number 2.
Yeah, okay.
My number 2 is credited as Gene Griffin and Mark O'Reilly. It's Looking Out for number 1. I think it's got an epic New Jack intro. It just, the way this song builds up, it's brilliant. And Yeah, I think everything's been said about this song already that we would want to talk about, but that's my number 2.
Okay. Number 2 for me is I think the funkiest track on the album, which is Sleaze.
Wow, that's really right.
She's just a man. I mean, I just love how it just builds up and stuff. The singing, the whole thing. Oh goodness, as I said, when I look at my top 5, I'm like, man, people had really, if they'd just done a good video, Benny Benito was the A&R on this, was the executive on this album. And I don't know, executive producer. I don't know why he couldn't really push this album, but yeah, Sleaze is number 2 for me.
Wow.
I think it's a great choice. I've got no issues with that. Makes so much sense to me, dude. That makes total sense to me.
Wow. You guys rate that pretty highly.
Yeah, I love the track. Yeah. So we're down to so let's go from 10 down to number 1, Stevie.
Let's just shout a few people in the chat tonight. DJ All Day is making me laugh. Tony Carell sounds like a gangster there. Aziki's in here. Hopeful still with us. If I'm not, that's all I can see on the messages. Anyway, number 10, You Are the Party, I Am the Fun. Number 9, Make Me Sweat. Number 8, Sleaze. Say I did number 8. Number 7, I'll Be Your Friend. Number 6, Trust Me. Number 5, You're My Kind of Guy. Number 4, Looking Out for Number 1. Number 3, Strategy. Number 2, Right and Hype. And before I tell you about my number 1, I was in HMV on Monday, going through the vinyl racks, and I pulls out Keith Sweat's 1996 album has been reissued on some special coloured vinyl. And it's £40. And I was just so mad to buy it. And I put it back. And there's only one copy in there. I don't want to go back and get it. £40. Or should I just go on Discogs and get one for £1, an original pressing for £1.99? These are the dilemmas you have as a collector, aren't they, VJ?
But it's that £40 is a lot for that album. Man. Is it a triple album?
No, it's just a single. But they've done the sleeve. It's a new sleeve and everything with a sticker.
So they're charging £40 for a single piece of plastic.
Yeah, man.
No, thank you. I don't. Do you know how many carrots you can buy with £40?
Wow,
a lot.
What do I do with carrots? Give them to the donkeys.
Carrots are good for you, man. They're good for your eyes, bro.
So anyway, my number 1, it's the best. It's by far the best track on this album. You got me bugging over you. You got me bugging over you. It's easily the best track on this album. Bugging. It may even, I'm thinking, could it be a contender to get in this weekend's top girl group tracks? It could be a contender. It's that good. You got me bugging over. Yeah, I could sing that all day. That's easily my number.
If you could sing on if I didn't know the song, I would have thought you were singing something else.
You got me bugging over.
Even
the vocal. Who's the lead vocal on that? Different from anything else on the album. You got a lead vocal on it, and just very original song. Just stood out to me that as a.
And then they're harmonizing, so we're taking pre and vogue. Yeah,
number 10.
10 down
number
to
10,
1.
Trust Me. Number 9, I'll Be Your Friend. Number 8, You Are the Party, I Am the Fun. Number 7 is Right and Hype. Number 6, Make Me Sweat. Number 5 is Strategy. Number 4, You're My Kind of Guy. Number 3, Sleaze. Number 2, Looking Out for Number 1. And I am in complete agreement with Stevie. Bugging Over You is absolutely perfection. This should definitely have been a single. It's definitely written by Zan, and it feels like a proper New Jack Swing track. If this was a single, I think the remixes would have been killer, and it would have been as good as anything at the time. Can you imagine Teddy being given free reign? Here, make some clubber dubs and some remixes for this, and
Can you imagine the sealed import 12 coming in with the sticker on it with all the mixes?
Oh my god,
gosh!
Bugging Over You, absolutely brilliant song, and it's the only song that I could put at number one.
And
it's
even the
so
promotional CD single, which we'd be paying $200 for 30 years later, because we just wouldn't have seen it at the time.
Yeah, we would have been like, what's this? You're like, oh, this is a bargain. It's only $200.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or there'd be a bidding war on eBay between 5 crazy European collectors to all try to get a copy of it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, okay. So that's you both had the same number one. The Red Golden Child. It's Mary Brown who wrote No for Destiny's Child. And yes. Okay, so number 10 for me was You Are the Party, I Am the Fun. Number 9 was You're My Kind of Guy. Number 8 was Trust Me. Number 7 is Making Me Sweat. Number 6 was Strategy. Number 5 was I'll Be Your Friend. Number 4 was Bugging Over You. Number 3 is Right and Hype. Number 2 is Sleaze. And number 1 is the song that I thought was the biggest, the record on the album. It is in the same vein as Just Got Paid, and it is Looking for Number One. And you know, when I listen to that track, it's almost as if they could have decided to do a funk group for Abstrac, because it felt like dance, not house, but it felt up. It felt like, you know, let's just give dance music. It felt like a dance. If they had come up with marketed them as a dance group, just like CNC Music Factory stuff, and Looking for Number One was that sort of an energetic type of stuff, because it just has that Just Got Paid, done that type of energetic stuff. I just thought it was just so exciting. So it's a pity that I thought this would have been their first single. I thought that could have been their first single.
It would have been a great single, man. And like, it made my number 2, so we're close. I mean,
it made my number 4, and then I put it back to number 5. So we're close.
I think it would have gotten more attention if they'd got a nice little video of them all dancing and stuff. But looking for, and then I think it was just the type of Just Got Paid, that sort of exciting thing. So that was my number 1, and I really love the song as well. Well, I think we spent half an hour talking about the album, and the other hour.
Oh, it's been a fascinating. I thought we'd struggle tonight to not. I thought we'd knock an hour out, but it's turned out to be quite a fascinating debate. This one.
It has been. It's been very fascinating.
You know, really one of our best, I think, in terms of getting Namdi to really come forcefully out with his opinions. You know what I mean? It's been a revelation this evening, actually. You know?
Yes. Well, I have to do Gene Griffin, The Mind Behind the Music Part 2. I've got a few more interviews that have just come up of people who have not so nice things to say about him. So I'm gathering all my material. Even Andre Harrell's last interview, a week before he died, he was recounting the day that Jeans came into the office and slapped him, and came into his house the next morning with Teddy in the car, saying, "Sign over all Teddy's publishing at Uptown." You know, so it Fat Man Scoop, when he interviewed Teddy, says, "Man, I was part of Markel's, and you know, I was part of the crew, and man, we all feared Gene." It was, you know, back then.
No, I'd like to share another interesting fact. If it wasn't for Gene Griffin, we would not have Teddy Riley featuring Guy, My Fantasy, on Do the Right Thing. We would not have that as a song. We just wouldn't have it. So give the man some credit. Like,
no,
give him some credit.
I'd love to hear.
Who wrote that song
You
anyway?
wouldn't have heard it. It
Who
wouldn't
wrote
have
My
come
Fantasy?
because remember that was a Guy song on Motown Records, and the rules were that you couldn't have Guy release it on Uptown. They couldn't release it on Motown because Guy were on Uptown MCA, then MCA, and Gene convinced Andre to allow it to happen. It wouldn't have happened otherwise. That would have been a song we would never ever even have known. So
did he do it? Did he do what's that, Vanilla Eye? Did he dangle him over the edge, or like he did to Vanilla, dangle him over the edge and say, "You're going to do it. Let's do this track on Motown. Otherwise, I'm gonna dangle. I'm gonna let you. I'm gonna throw you over this building."
He only came into the office and slapped him up and came with a gun the next day at his apartment. Andre will tell you the story himself. People like Carl West, who was in the office when it happened. Jimmy Jenkins, who when he comes on live, cooks, will tell you the same thing.
Namdi,
that man, the
Gene
day Andre
Griffin's
slept,
wife. What that'd be an amazing interview if we could get her on. Gene Griffin's wife. That'd be a good interview.
Yeah, I would have nothing positive to say about that. I was surprised even when, but hey,
she's a lovely
Idris was
lady.
honest.
She's a lovely lady.
He recorded his segment for the documentary, then says, "No, take it off because I'll be lying." You know, so. Yeah.
Before we wrap up,
anyway.
I do have a list, one more list to read out. If that's okay.
Go ahead.
So this is a list from everybody that submitted a list. Shout outs to everybody that submitted them. I'll leave it at that. Just easier. Number 10 was "You Are the Party, I Am the Fun." No surprise there. It's exactly where it needs to be, I think. Number 9 was "Sleaze." Number 8 was "Trust Me." Number 7 was "I'll Be Your Friend." Number 6 was "Strategy." Number 5 was "Looking Out for Number 1." Number 4 was "You're My Kind of Guy." Number 3 was "Make Me Sweat." Number 2, not surprising, "Right and Hype." And number 1, "Bugging Over You."
I win again. I've done it again. I've done it again.
It's a great. It's a great.
Yeah. I mean, definitely it was "Bugging Over You." I mean, I love the. Yeah, I mean, definitely, I've
I'd smash that in a karaoke now. I'd smash that one.
That's the one for you, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, guys, I don't know if we haven't set a date. So, Deja's album is next in the GR production series, and I think Starpoint will be the last of the. Oh no, we haven't even done Rex and Effect, but
we'll figure it all out now.
We'll let you guys know, but hopefully you guys would join us this Sunday as we count down our top 10 favorite R&B female groups. We're gonna pick 10 groups, 10 different groups, 10 different songs from 10 different albums, and we're gonna rank them. So think of, it could be SWV, could be TLC, could be En Vogue, could be Total, could be Jade, it could be 702, it could be anything. Maybe the girls, maybe somebody picks Abstract.
I'm gonna give you a really hardcore top 10 on top 10 on
night. Yeah, so it would be interesting. So join us. So think of your top 10 songs from female artists groups, and then rank them. So rank them from 10 down to number 1. Your favorite song by a female artist.
We'll leave Night to add the Spice Girls and the Destiny's Child in his chart. We'll leave that. He can handle all them. I'm going to go with my hardcore selections.
I think it'll be fun. I think it'll be a fun one. And Namdi, I just wanted to. I didn't read Mary's thank you. Can I read one sentence?
Yeah, which Mary? Okay, please read hers.
So all she said was, the first thing she says is, "Special thanks to Gene, Teddy, Donna, Bernard, and GR Productions."
Very nice.
It's fascinating. Reading these credits is so cool, man. I just love all that nonsense.
The Spotify era has done away with credits, unfortunately.
Yeah.
As I said, there is nothing like the credits and the engineering and just looking at everything, how especially if you when you got into music like I did, wanted to see, did a different studio sound make a difference with the album? How important were the engineers in the stuff, and where things recorded? The thank yous are very interesting. I think Mary would probably be the most honest one of all of them, keep this simple. Like, yeah, I'll just thank everyone and move away. But I've been in touch with Mary Brown for almost 18 months. But she's had a lot going on. So hopefully before the end of the year, we can get her. We'll get her on.
I was going to say, Mary Brown is. So it's interesting who you know how you gravitate to certain friends, certain people, whatever, however it happens in life. One person that I'm close to is Tony DeFat, and for his I was meant to go to his birthday in New York, and the birthday I'd gone to New York for his birthday. Then the birthday got delayed for there were some reasons, and I missed the birthday because I had to kind of get back to London. And the reason why I was most gutted for not being at his birthday, because his very close friend Mary Brown was there. I really wanted to meet her because I know Tony, I know him well, but Mary was at that birthday party that I was supposed to be at, and I really wanted to meet her because she's Mary Brown. Like, I think of what she's done. She was on all these background vocals for all these songs that we know. Her and Marsha and Eminem were a group, man. Like, that was my group. I really loved that group. But anyway, that was all I wanted to share. Nothing.
Yeah, I've been trying to track them all down. So somebody's going to try. Yeah, I'm trying to track them down. Marsha and everyone. And yes, Ezekiel mentioned that when Teddy did a interview on the BBC One Extra, he spoke about how Marsha gave him her credit card because he had no money. As I said, and I'll say it again, if you want to know the history of New Jack Swing, search on Spotify or Apple Music, search for Jacked. It's a 5-part series around the history of New Jack Swing, from Teddy and Timmy, the whole signing contracts and how Gene just, everything is on there.
Hey, come on! But history's on this halftime chat as well. There's a lot of history on this. All these interviews you've done.
Yeah, man. There's a lot here. There's a lot.
As I said, I love Jack.
Watch that Dealer Vance interview. Dealer Vance said he took a call. He might have been from Gene or someone else to be a member of Guy when Timmy left. Dealer Vance was asked.
Really?
Yep. I keep telling Namdi, go back to that interview and put that out as a reel, because Guy fans would love to hear that.
That's so interesting, man. That's like,
he was asked to be in Guy. He really flew out to New York from the West Coast to do it.
No, I'm
that if we wouldn't have interviewed, I've been trying to get an interview him for years, for 2 decades, and he comes out with that gem. So it was well worth it. We could have had Dealer Vance, Aaron Hall, and Teddy. That could have been Guy.
So all proceeds for this show tonight will go to the Gene Griffin Foundation. Because I'm sure he'll get credit for being part of this interview tonight.
And so the second person said about Timmy Regis
Griffin.
Yeah, I've tried to reach out to Timmy. I think he does disc DJing and stuff right now. I've tried to reach out to him, but I've not.
Timmy would be fantastic.
Yeah, that'd be a great interview.
Because he did the Kids at Work stuff, and he's been around for a long time. So I've tried to reach out to him, but
I'm only sharing this next sentence to get a smile. You know who else you should interview who was around all of those guys at the time? Gail Sky King. Great edit.
The Edit King. The
The
edit.
Edit King. I'll just leave it at that. This
Yeah,
inside joke. Only.
Yeah,
That's it. That's all I had to say.
Okay.
Sky
Okay,
King,
guys.
Gale
Well,
Sky King. Yeah, the edit.
So
the edit
we'll
man.
see you guys on. So we'll see you guys on Sunday. Get your list down, your female groups, and but thanks, Stevie and VJ. Thanks for the debate. Thanks for the
Thank you.
discussion. Thanks, Mr. Gene Griffin, for your hard
See
work.
you all on Sunday night.
in-
Please join us on Sunday night for more shenanigans.
See you Sunday. Lovely to
Take
see you
care,
guys. Thanks.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for being a part of Halftime Chat. Please remember to subscribe, share, and comment. But most importantly, why don't you become a member of Halftime Chat? We've got amazing videos, amazing perks, and being able to support the channel. But anyway, thanks for watching. Take care.
I never participated in that kind.
And somewhere in between
us for even loving us, on which I did miss you with.
What was it like growing up?
She's still making an impact on 4 houses down.
I have a couple of pieces.
trying to get this one and that one.
That works for you, but just for me,
No. Okay,
They don't understand what Jodeci's voice meant.